The deal is done. Twitter has been sold to Elon Musk.
Hi, I'm Jeb, and welcome to Our Abundant Future. In this video, I will lay out what I suspect Twitter's secret master plan looks like, based on Elon Musk's stated intentions and some theories of my own. Along the way, I will explain why Elon's command of Twitter is important for the future, and why it will lead to success far above consensus expectations. Let's start with why Elon purchased Twitter to begin with. As with most of Elon's capital-intensive ventures, the Twitter saga started with a mission, a gap of sorts that Elon identified as important enough to divert some of his extremely valuable time and resources to address. For Tesla, it was sustainable energy. For SpaceX, it was buying insurance for the entire human race. I can only surmise, based on what Elon has said in the past, that this time, the mission has to do with some combination of upholding the principles of free speech, enabling more reliable dissemination of accurate information, navigating the situation in Eastern Europe as of recording this, and reducing the probability, however small, of imminent Armageddon. Even one of these is a good reason, and reason enough, for Elon to want to get involved. As a bonus, all of these reasons are related in a way that means you can kill more than one bird with any given stone. Upholding free speech allows accurate information that would normally be suppressed to be properly shared, which in turn can challenge inaccurate reporting that would otherwise have led to misunderstandings that could compound, spiral out of control, and start World War III. And if you need any proof that real-world events are influenced by words exchanged on the internet, you need look no further than the FTX debacle in the first 2 weeks of November 2022, which, after years of brewing, had multiple triggers that stemmed directly from certain tweets. Before I move on, I want to make something crystal clear. Owning Twitter specifically was never the main objective. Elon needed a social media platform to work with, and Twitter was simply a better starting point than starting a competing company from scratch. If the Twitter deal had fallen through, Musk would immediately have tried to either purchase a different company or start a new one. I think he gave up on potentially fighting Twitter in court because he realized that time was of the essence, and it was worth overspending for the company to speed things along. I merely inferred this sense of urgency at first, but an email sent from Elon to Twitter employees on the 15th of November confirmed my suspicions. The email reads as follows: "Going forward, to build a breakthrough Twitter 2.0 and succeed in an increasingly competitive world, we will need to be extremely hardcore. This will mean working long hours at high intensity. Only exceptional performance will constitute a passing grade. Twitter will also be much more engineering driven. Design and product management will still be very important and report to me, but those writing code will constitute the majority of our team and will have the greatest sway. At its heart, Twitter is a software and servers company, so I think this makes sense. If you are sure that you want to be part of the new Twitter, please click yes on the link below. Anyone who has not done so by 5 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow will receive 3 months severance." End quote. This email comes after the first wave or two of major layoffs at Twitter, and will likely result in numerous additional severances. The email also stands in tandem with Elon's prior commitments to having employees work in office rather than remotely, with only extraordinary exceptions being permitted. This draws some interesting similarities to things Elon has said in the past regarding the work ethic and culture at SpaceX and Tesla, which he has also described as hardcore and enforced in-person work. This email confirms to employees and to me that Elon is not screwing around, and guarantees that anyone left of the company has at the very least claimed to be committed to the cause. The truth of such claims is, of course, to be evaluated on an ongoing basis. The culture that has brought Tesla and SpaceX so much success thus far will be instantiated at Twitter. Get with the program or get out. That is the message. Now that the stage is set, here's the big ticket item: Twitter's top secret master plan. Part 1. Don't tell anyone. Step 1. Don't go bankrupt. Get to positive cash flow ASAP. Push alternative monetization models hard and diversify away from the advertising-only model. Make necessary changes fast and be prepared to rapidly iterate, troubleshoot, and mitigate design flaws. Step 2. Build Twitter 2.0. Once cash flow looks sustainable, shift focus to building truly fantastic features around Twitter's core functionality. Incentivize content creators and build monetization tools for them. Make it so that using Twitter is and feels like a net positive experience. Step 3. Build X, the Everything app. Broaden Twitter's core functionality to encompass most everyday online transactions, content, and communications. This will very likely include a unified banking solution, a broader social media solution, better advertising integration with e-commerce, and a potential rebrand as X. Do all of this while upholding the principles of free speech and earning the role of a trusted de facto digital town square. There might even be a master plan part due later down the line. This may include high-flung goals like growing to 1 billion or 2 billion users if they haven't already, putting Meta or Google or both out of business by providing a better hardware and services ecosystem at a lower cost and without relying on ad revenue or selling user data. Only time will tell if this second master plan will come into being, and if I see this growing more likely, I'll definitely make another video about it. For now, let's focus on master plan part 1. Starting with step 1. Step 1 is simple, but not all that trivial. Right now, Twitter is completely reliant on advertisers for revenue. Moving away from an advertising-only business model is crucial in order to sustainably uphold the principles of free speech. Already, we have seen major advertisers pull their ads from Twitter at the mere possibility of there being more lenient moderation policies in the future. As a reminder, nothing about Twitter's content policy had changed when these companies pulled their ads. The only practical effect of this was to signal virtue, to put financial pressure on Musk, and to protest his plans to uphold free speech. Whether this was intentional or simply a bandwagon effect, we may never know, but the message is clear. We are willing to err on the side of censorship if it means our ads don't appear next to posts that we don't like. If Twitter is reliant on these spineless corporations for revenue, Twitter will inevitably go bankrupt if Elon tries to uphold free speech on the platform. Elon knows this and is pushing hard to instantiate a new Twitter Blue subscription model. He has stated that the Twitter teams will be rapidly iterating, doing lots of dumb things to see what works and what doesn't. This is a good play to get Twitter to positive cash flow as soon as possible, and it's a great first step in eliminating the bot problem, which will be a focus of Step 2. Step 2 is broader in scope and has a lot to do with Step 1's new service models, but I've put it as a separate step here because it represents a turning point in the company's trajectory. Step 2 should come after the company has already achieved a sustainable business model. Step 1 required building some new services to generate new revenue streams, but Step 2 is all about shifting focus away from the finances and towards building even more new services and making them as amazing as possible. This is where Twitter can really realize its full potential as the content platform we are all familiar with today. I suspect that Musk and his team will work hard on obvious, easy features that are currently lackluster or that Twitter is missing entirely. This includes things that Musk has mentioned in the past, such as better video support, secure messaging a la Signal, longer tweets, an edit button, search optimization, creator monetization tools and incentives, and the potential for creators to post exclusive or premium paid content. Secure messaging in particular is very important. It is absolutely crucial for freedom that private communications between individuals are kept private by the service provider. Currently, lots of people use SMS rather than Signal, and most other quote-unquote secure messaging apps are not actually secure at all. Twitter should absolutely add this functionality to their instant message system. In all, Step 2 is all about building Twitter towards a better version of its current self. But this step will not last for long. Once the obvious things are out of the way, I expect the team will be eager to move to Step 3 as soon as possible. So let's talk about Step 3. It's broader still, but it represents an obvious pinnacle for the Twitter team to reach for. Step 3 will refocus towards building new services that cover sectors Twitter has never been involved in before. In 1999, Elon started X.com and it eventually became PayPal, but he did not get the chance to fully realize the company's potential. I believe Twitter represents a second chance to build a unified financial solution. This could cover every service that one would need for online banking, savings accounts, instant payments like PayPal does today, loans, mortgages, insurance, and even cryptocurrency. After all, we know how much Elon likes his Dogecoin. Couple this with better integration with advertisements and it could revolutionize Twitter's advertising business. Imagine being able to use your Twitter account to purchase something you saw on an ad on Twitter. without having to go and set up a separate account, put in your personal details, and hope none of your information gets stolen or misused. This is what PayPal already does to some extent, but Twitter could integrate this with its existing ads business to great effect. E-commerce integration would boost ads and related revenues for Twitter and make the experience significantly more friendly for users. Seamlessly couple this with traditional banking functionality, and I think you have a winning formula on your hands. On a separate avenue, Musk has hinted in the past that he wants to build a short-form video platform to rival Vine or TikTok, and I'll take it a step further. Functionality on par with YouTube is on the table. Couple this with the creator monetization tools and premium content from Step 2, and you have all the puzzle pieces you need to make a service that competes with Patreon. If you then also continue to allow explicit content on the site, behind age gates of course, then you could also build something that competes with OnlyFans. You could even build a dating solution that's much easier and better to use than Tinder ever could be, since your Twitter profile and everything you do on Twitter is there for the world to see. Prospective dates would be able to get a much better idea of who you are as a person, taking a lot of the guesswork and bullshit out of the equation. If you think all of this sounds really far-fetched, that's because it is. I'm demonstrating the point that nothing is really off the table here. Twitter has massive potential with Elon at the helm. The reach and success of tomorrow's Twitter is only limited by what Elon and his team put their minds to. X, the everything app, emphasis on everything, is a very real possibility. Now, if you're still skeptical, or if you have reservations or concerns about Elon Musk's command of Twitter, I'll say this. Elon Musk's track record speaks for itself. Many of his very difficult projects have evolved into highly successful companies despite the odds. The missions they pursue are fundamentally good and have vastly positive implications for the future. I have no doubt that Elon is in the middle of attempting to start yet another one of these projects, and I believe there is a good chance of success. If Twitter pulls this off, it will be one of the best turnaround stories in recent history. Let Elon, and even if not everything I just laid out comes to fruition, something good might still come of it as it has in the past. I, for one, am looking forward to see what's in store for the future of Twitter. I'm Jeb, this is Our Abundant Future, and thanks for watching.